Hey world, it is Sheila again, and today I'm going to talk about IPs, and as an ISFP, and selfish. So the term selfish, it says being excessive with oneself. And IPs get a bad rap for being the most selfish of all types. And I think, with us having TI and FI as our lead function, they are like our internal identity. And having that first, it's just like this big, huge, I don't know, ball of fire. Like the sun is just like, is in us, glows and burns so hot all the time. And I think, does that rub people the wrong way? Is that because we're so set in our beliefs and our values and our truths, depending TIFI, exactly what we love, what we hate, what we want to do, what we think is right, what we think is wrong. It is just like at such a young age, we just know. And I think the rest of the world might look at that and think it's selfish. But we can't help having that as our first function. So when they talk about selfish, I wonder if they mean, selfish with our time, selfish with not wanting to bend to others. I don't know what they mean, because I love helping others, and especially if you're in my inner circle, my very, very close friends and family, the people that I trust with my life, I am going to put them above myself more often than not. But that second ring of people, no, I'm putting myself first. And I'm very selfish with my time. That seems to be where I'm most selfish, because I have to preserve my energy a lot. I know exactly how much I can expend on a given day or on a given task, or I know when I wake up in the morning how much energy I have that day and how to divide it up throughout the day where I'm not just at the end of the day. I mean, there's days where I push myself, obviously, or a few days in a row, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, I'm like, can go, and then all of a sudden it's crash, and I'm sleeping for like 12 hours, and I'm laying on the couch the whole next day, because it's just, I can't keep going and going like some people. But, at such a young age, I think I just knew what I liked and didn't like. And I got called by my dad and close family members as kind of an old soul. And I think when I think about that, I was very mature at a young age, and I knew what I loved and didn't like, and what I wanted to do and didn't want to do. And so I wonder if a lot of other IPs kind of got that old soul, very mature for their age, stereotype at a young age. I don't know. My daughter, who I think is an IP as well, she might be INFP. I'm still trying to figure her out. It's so hard, those people that you're so close to. Sometimes you're like, you're blinded. It's kind of like when you walk into your house every single day and you don't see the cobwebs hanging in the corner until your friend comes in who's an ISTJ. Is like, I see, and I'm like, that's there? I haven't even seen that. So I think we just get blinded by seeing the same things all the time. So I think she's an INFP. She could be another ISFP. I don't know. The jury's still out on that. But she's kind of an old soul. She's very mature for her age, always has been. And And I don't know if that's because we homeschool and so she's not around kids her age all day, all night, and you pick up on a lot of that bad habits that other kids have. And not saying my kid's perfect, because she's not. She's got her little quirks as well. But I don't know, she's always around adults more, or kids a little older. So she's always been mature. So I don't know if that's homeschooling or if that's just her personality, because that was my personalities when I was young also. So I don't know why selfish, we get the rap for. I don't know. Are you an IP? Have you been called selfish a lot in your life? And why do you think that is? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. And I think, being lead TI or FI, I can't speak for TI very well because I don't have that at all in my stack. So for FI, I think we protect ourselves so much because that internal feeling being our main function is so, I think we have to guard it. And, like I know a lot of IPs or ISFPs that have been like, I know Jennifer Aniston is considered an ISFP in a lot of places, and Taylor Swift, and I think Prince. They're all celebrities that really like to kind of keep their private life private, and the tabloids and the paparazzi follow them and harass them like crazy because I think we do kind of put that wall up and protect ourselves, and don't think that they have access to us, unless we want to give it to them. It's like I don't like people prying into my life too much. I mean, I can be an open book when I want to be an open book, but if I don't want to give that information, I don't think someone has the right to just take it. And I think we leave that void in the world where they want all of us, in that ISFP realm. I don't know. It's interesting how they have struggled with so many rumors. And I mean, poor Jen, every tabloid for years, I mean, we're talking decades, is she pregnant? Is she this? Is she that? And I can relate to that in high school. I switched high schools my sophomore, going into my junior year. And so I was the new girl, and nobody really knew much about me. And I'd go to like a party on the weekend, and then I'd go to school on Monday, and all of a sudden I'm dating so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, he said hi to me at the party, but people just love to run wild with rumors about me. And it was just the weirdest thing. Like every weekend, or there's always was rumors. Like, Sheila's dating this guy. Sheila did this. And I'm like, I've never even met the person. And so I kind of could relate on a very, very small scale about all the rumors. And it's just weird. But I don't know, we must leave a void that people want to fill, and project onto us. So I don't know, have you ever been in that shoe? I don't know. And maybe that's where we get the selfish, because we don't want to, give what the rest of the world wants us to give of us. I don't know, that's just my little ramble for the day. I haven't been on for a while, so I thought maybe to post a quick little video. And my all-time favorite, who I think is an ISFP, is Prince. And I was watching some videos of him last night. Every so often I just have to rewatch videos because I miss him. I mean, he was a huge part of my whole life growing up. My very first tape I ever bought was a Prince tape. I think I was like 8 or 9. And then when Purple Rain came out, I was probably what, 11 or 12. I think 12. Yeah. I mean, just in growing up in Minneapolis, and he was part of the Minneapolis scene and First Avenue and concerts, and yeah, he was just a huge part. And so I love watching videos of him. And now that I've been kind of confirmed as an ISFP, and I'm really seeing that it fits me, and I've been making these videos and I have to rewatch them, to try to see where I can be better with speaking, and because I have blast last, and so sometimes it's hard to get out. And so I kind of watch my videos back to critique myself, and I'm watching all these mannerisms and watching other ISFPs and their mannerisms. And then I was watching Prince last night, and I haven't watched him for a while, and I'm like, oh my goodness, so many of his mannerisms were so similar to other ISFPs and me. Like, there's this one interview, I think with Arsenio Hall, when Arsenio came back to Late Night Prince. So if you see that one, he has an afro, and Arsenio asks him a question, and he kind of does the, like, thinks about it, tilts his head up, and I'm like, that's what I do when I was like getting that interview with ENFP male, and I had to laugh. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then the hands, and how he can be really reserved, but then if he's feeling really comfortable, how he's like a silly, playful little kid. And that's me as well. When I'm really comfortable with somebody, I'm super, super goofy and playful, and like he'll just be having an interview and get up and do a little strut or something, and that's, yeah. In his hand, I don't know. Watch Prince videos, and it really confirms more about an ISFP, because I thought maybe he was INFJ for a little while, but his FI screams at me now that I know about FI. And and he's same with him. He was 10, 12 years old and knew that's what he wanted to do for the rest of his life, was be a musician. And I think so many ISFPs just know at a young age what they wanted to do. And I remember I got a haircut. I was probably like 6 or 7. And there was the lady who gave me the haircut. Her name was Audrey. And she was this beautiful blonde. And I was so smitten with the whole hair thing and her. And at a young age, I loved hair and makeup. And I knew pretty much, I went to college for 1 year, dropped out, and like, what do I want to do? And I'm like, hair, love hair. And I think just at a young age, that's what I knew and didn't look back. And I don't know, I wonder if other ISFPs just know what they wanted to do at such a young age and do it. So let me know what you think, and if you're selfish, and if that's okay, as long as you're not too selfish. All right, thanks for letting me ramble. Have a great day.